Order 2 quiz review imperialism questions numbers 15 through 22. Alright, question 15. The flowchart identifies some characteristics of the United States in the late 1800s. Here's industrialization. A surplus of goods. We're manufacturing too much. We need more people to buy them. We're going to use ships. Ships have to refuel. What is this going to lead to? We need places for our ships to refuel. So we're looking at acquisition of territories. Question 16. How did this type of article contribute to American imperialism? So destruction of warship Maine. The USS Maine explodes, remember, in Havana Harbor in Cuba. It leads to the Spanish-American War. So we want to intervene overseas. We need American newspapers are designed for the public, so it's convincing the public to support overseas intervention. Question 17. This excerpt is from a speech by Senator Orville Platt in October 1899. This is a year after the Spanish-American War. The Stars and Stripes float over the Philippines. We got the Philippines from Spain. We bought them from Spain. The Treaty of Paris following the end of the Spanish-American War. Our flag floating there will symbolize liberty, regulated and governed by law, self-government consistent with the welfare of the people. Which statement explains why Senator Platt's justification of the Philippine occupation helped the imperialists prevail? So he's saying American government's superior, liberty, justice. So we're talking about the expansion of democracy. So he's talking about liberty, government. Question 18. What was the focus of this speech? It's Albert Beveridge. Maybe you remember from your notes who he was. He was an interventionist. And we read parts of the speech in class. They ask us how we will govern these new possessions. What are the new possessions? The Philippines, Guam, Puerto Rico. And if England can govern foreign lands, so can America. So we're talking about building an empire. If Germany can govern foreign lands, so can America. So what is the focus of this speech? We talk about new possessions and why we should take them. Possessions, overseas territory. Question 19. Voyage of the USS Oregon. So it's leaving from San Francisco and it's going to sail all the way around South America, up around. It's going to arrive in Florida. But look how long it takes. It leaves in March. It doesn't arrive until May. So it takes, what, March, April, May, 3 months. Which outcome was an important effect of the 1898 event illustrated by this map? And it's a long trip. Americans want, remember we talked about the Panama Canal, we want a canal to cut that trip in half. Look how much shorter the trip would be. So public support for the construction of a canal through Central America. Question 20. We have a cause and we have an effect chart. Which sentence provides information needed to complete both the cause and effect portions of this diagram? So what caused U.S. control of the Philippines, Cuban independence, U.S. controlled Puerto Rico, U.S. controlled Guam? We know we got that from a war with who? Spain, right? Spanish-American War. So the cause would be the Spanish-American War. What's the effect? Well, we gain all these territories. Remember, we read in that previous speech from a couple questions ago, we're competing with England and Germany to build an empire. We're competing for world power. And the only one with the cause for the Spanish-American War is F, 1898 Spanish-American War. Led to world power status for the United States. 21. To His Excellency William McKinley, President and Senate of the United States of America, we, the undersigned native Hawaiian citizens, who are members of the Hawaiian Patriotic League, and others who are in sympathy with the said league earnestly protest against of the said Hawaiian Islands to the said United States of America in any form or shape. So we talk about they don't want Hawaii to become part of the United States. Remember, led by fruit companies, led by Samuel Dole in the United States, we overthrew the Hawaiian queen and we annexed it. So it was a forced annexation of the island. And our last question, remember I kept telling you in class, you should recognize this individual with the glasses and the mustache, and here he is carrying the big stick, sitting on a battleship. This cartoon comments on tactics used to obtain control of the Panama Canal, because we used our Navy. And that is the end of this